unbelievable. First of all, no live stream, no internet, no cable. Are you killing me? You have only one game. It's Montreal, and I cannot do it. And the Montreal lost 4-2 against the Jets tonight. Just a bad night. But don't go nowhere. I'm going to give you everything and tell you what's happening between the Jets and the Montreal Canadiens. But before we start, yes, you have greatness inside of you. And yes, don't forget, please, to click on the likes. Tell me what you think about the performance of Montreal Canadiens. For what I hear, for what I look and watch the highlights, it was not a great game. Many of my friends said it was a boring game. So let's dive in and talking about what's happening between the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets. The first thing I want to talk about is we do. First of all, I need to show up. Coach, where are you? Here we go. Welcome back, Coach. All right, what's happening? First period, guys. Zip, nothing. Only one penalty at 6:57. Paul Barron got a 2-minute. Winnipeg Jet shot only one time on Montembeault. Montembeault was a little bit more alert during that first period, make at least 2 big saves. Again, the one time against Heller, and one time I believe it was Svechnikov. On the flip side, Hellebuyck was not really busy. Only one opportunity for the Montreal Canadiens. That's completely resumed the first period, guys. Nothing else. 9 shots for the Jets, 6 for the Montreal Canadiens, and that's it. And then right there at the beginning of the second period, Joel Armia got scored his 6th of the season. Devorak and Savard got an assist on that one. Devorak, this is his 9 point, the last 10 game for Christian Devorak. At 29 seconds, that gave Montreal to take the lead and score the first goal also for of the game. But right away, at 1:46, a little bit later, Morgan Barron, the brother of Justin Barron, scored his first goal of the season. Heller and Sandberg got an assist to tie the game 1-1. And then, less than 3 minutes later, it was Paul Stastny, the veteran at 36 years old, scored his 20th of the season. Barron, second point of the night. And Dylan Sandberg, a point also of the night, gave the Jets take the lead at 2-1 during the first 5 minutes of the second period. And that's it for the rest of the period. Montreal got a power play at 17:35 during the high stick of Pierre-Luc Dubois. But this period, guys, was all about Samuel Montembeault. Without him, this game is already over for Montreal. It would be like 4 or 5-1. He make unbelievable save with the glove, with the pad. It was just a great game overall for Samuel Montembeault. The shot was 17-12 advantage for the Jet. Hellebuyck was a little bit busy, but otherwise, he just keep the Jet in the game, honestly. Then, during the third period, at 6:19, Josh Anderson tipped the shot of Jeff Petrie, scored his 18th of the season, and also Suzuki got an assist on that one. His 54 point of the season. Anderson scored also his 100 career goal in NHL to tie the game 2-2. Then less than 5 minutes later, just a play we was not expect too much, but Svechnikov scored his 7th of the season. Connor and Dubois got an assist on that one to give the lead for the second time of the game for the Jets. Score at 3-2, and then finally at 18:31 during an empty net, Adam Lowry right away after the Montreal removed the goaltender, he took a couple of seconds later. A great play by Maurice, passed to Lowry. Lowry should have puck in the net, scored his 12th this season. He gave the W for the Jets. A score of 4-2. Montreal have only 7 shots, and the Jets 9-0 penalty. Very quiet about the power play, honestly. Tonight, only 1 penalty for each team. That's pretty much what we have to tell you about the score sheet, honestly, for the Montreal Canadiens and the Jets. Let's dive in now, talking about the stat of the game. First of all, the final score 4-2. The shot on the net is 35-25 advantage the Jets. Both of them are 0-1 and power play. The 16 hit for the Montreal, a 28 for the Jet. 14 block shot for both teams. A 2-minute minute penalty for both teams. And finally, 8 giveaway Montreal and 10 for the Jet. The best for the Jet tonight, Morgan Barron, 2 point, 1 goal, 1 assist. We have also Barron show the most on Montembeault with 4 times. Morrissey have a 23.08 TOI. Finally, Hellebuyck stopped 23 of the 25 shot he faced for 9.20 save percentage. For the Montreal, many players with 1 point. Armia shot 3 times on Hellebuyck. Romanov again, another great night of TOI at 22.47. And then Montembeault, the guy behind me, he have a save percentage on 9, 1, and 2. Stop 31 of the 34 shot he faced tonight between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens. Frenchy corner. First of all, Montreal last play scored 4-2. Schoenemann was in the lineup with Poland Ireland tonight. All the chance by the coach Martin Saint-Louis, Pesara, Dauphin, and Whiteman who was out. Honestly, this game is all about one player, Montembeault. Montembeault was the second star of the game. Morgan Barron, it was the first one. And also Nicolas Eller was the third one. But it's all about the Montembeault, this one, guys. Without Montembeault, this game could be like one way. It was one way most of the game. It was like 5-1 easily after 40 minutes. Montembeault make a great couple of saves, to be honest with you, to keep Montreal in the game until the middle of the third period. For what we heard from Martin Saint-Louis and the players after the game, if you look about the sheet of the shots for the Montreal, not many opportunity for Montreal. And he start with that one. They have only 8 to 10 shots on the net from the house, from in front of the net. 15 of the 25 shot was coming outside the house. You cannot beat that. And I think that's the reason why Montreal struggled tonight from what we heard. Now, Martin Saint-Louis said, look, overall, it was not the best game. And I just mentioned, he not shot a lot on the net, not many screen Hellebuyck. And also, he gave credit for the Jet. And for the reason he gave credit for them, it's about the 5 versus 5. He said they played a solid game at even strength, and it was really difficult to cross the blue line for them. So to beat that, we have 2 possibilities: is to down the puck or run the puck hard on the opposite, on the other side to recover the puck. He said we have to give credit for the Jet, how they play their system defensive, at least the neutral zone entrance for what we got from them was never a lot, to be honest with you. Martin, so we talk about 10 minutes after the game. I just love to listen to him, to be honest. He's just good. He talked about how a teacher does with students. So he talked about Anderson, Gallagher, and every time that some reporter he asked a question, then he explained, said, look, so imagine you have a class in front of you, you have a student at 92, you have a student at 68. Two different note, two different student. At the end of the day, you have to take care about both of them. But you have to maybe give more for the 68 to growing and to get a little bit better. We know the 90 do what he can do. We don't let him alone. We take care about him. But we try to take care more about the players or the student at lower note to be sure they can keep up with the best of the class. And that's my role here. And that's why I take a time to not only teaching the team, but teaching the individual players. Great analogy again for Martin Saint-Louis, guys. That's what I love from Martin Saint-Louis. He explained and he gave us everything to understand what's going on around. And I think that's a great perspective of what he does with many players inside the team. And that's the reason why maybe he's Hall of Fame. So at the end of the day, at the end, he was said, look, it's what happens sometimes. 82 game. Someone asked him, do you feel now is the end of the season, players tap to back off or everything? He said, no, it's not acceptable. We have to show better. We have to regroup together and show up again next game against Columbus. He talked honestly about the situation with Jake Allen. It could be the end of the season, but we have to wait until tomorrow to get another reevaluation of what is the situation with him about that one. Then we know already about Jonathan Drouin. So that's just what he said after the game. Talk about the Anderson. Why during the second period he tried to modify the line, tried to put Anderson with Ziski. He was trying to make some spy plugs during the game, and he did not see that, unfortunately. And then he said the overreact line was pretty good tonight with Gallagher. He said overall with Armia they did a pretty good job. Gallagher and they were wrecked tonight. For the Jets, still alive. And they fight to stay alive, to maybe a chance to make the playoff. I don't see this could happen, but until this is not over, they will try to continue to win, try to win for sure. This is the second game, back-to-back win on the road. They beat Ottawa yesterday, and now they beat the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Without the captain tonight, Wheeler, and also one of the best players, Max Sheffley, the Nikolai Heller, the Shevnikov, the Paul Stastny, Nikolai Heller, all right, and Connor stepped up to keep the team another chance to stay in the race for the playoff. The Barron brothers update. But Morgan and Justin, Morgan with the Jet, Justin with Montreal, are brother. They have two different paths in the NHL. Morgan used the NCAA. Justin played in QM with Halifax. But what I want to mention to you, Barron, Morgan for the Jet tonight have 1 goal and 1 assist. So it was great. I think his last goal was in 2020. Great opportunity for him right now with a lot of injury for the Jet to step up, like Sandberg for the Jet and him but he did very well against Montreal. Justin Barron, very bad news for the Montreal Canadiens right now. He walked with a boots. So it looked like maybe his season is over. He will not play for the Laval Rocket. At that moment, I record this video. The Rocket was lead 4-1 at the middle of the third period in Belleville. We know the Rocket battle right now for the playoff for the American Hockey League. So Barron looked like this season is over, unfortunately. Next game for the Montreal, Wednesday night in Columbus before they return at home for Friday night against the Islanders, Saturday against the Washington Capitals. Let's come back here at the beginning. Look, first of all, I'm really sorry. I did not do the live stream tonight. Something is not on my control, right? When you don't have internet, you cannot do anything about that. And I just want to apologize for you, my family members of the Hockey Nation Live show. I really terribly miss you. And I want to thank Tap and also Danny T to keep the chat inside the live stream without show myself there to get a lot of likes and to get that kind of conversation. So it's really, really, really grateful about both of you tonight. You did what you did tonight for the Hockey Nation Live show. But before we leave, I want to remind you, of course, remember, you have greatness inside of you. And thanks again to watching another video of the post-game Montreal Canadiens, game number 73. I can't wait to see you for the next video with the hockey coach, Guru. Coach Frenchie, have an amazing blessing.